Hi, welcome back to another video. So everybody's favorite apartheid ethno-nationalist state has been on a little bit of an assassination spree lately. First, we had an attack on Lebanon that was a bombing in their capital city that assassinated the #2 guy in Hezbollah. Now, this was supposedly done as a retaliation for the attack on the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights, where 12 kids were blown to smithereens while they were playing soccer. Something which the Israelis have blamed Hezbollah for and said that this was their retaliation. The only problem is Hezbollah says they didn't do it. And I would refer you back to the video that I made previously on this subject, but their evidence is very much pointing to this being a false flag. And that this very, very, very provocative assassination that they just did, it wasn't retaliation for anything, because they blew up those damn kids their damn selves, if the evidence is any indication. So, before the dust even settles on this bombing, we hear there's been another huge assassination of another very important resistance figure, this one in Hamas. The person that was assassinated, his name is Ismail Haniyeh, and he is the head of Hamas's Politburo, aka he's a politician. He's not a fighter. He was basically like their head diplomat. And very importantly, this was the guy who was their head negotiator in the ceasefire deal, hostage exchange deal. You know, the one that was just about to happen, that Israel really, really wanted, and nothing says I really want a deal like blowing up the guy you're making the deal with. Okay. So, Ismail Haniyeh being assassinated right now, right when American and world pressure is really on the Israelis to do this deal, that's significant right there. And the real losers in that are the poor people in Gaza that have been going through absolute living hell for 10 months. And these poor hostages, both Palestinian and Israeli, that are now not coming home. Thanks, Netanyahu. So why would Netanyahu do this? And why would he do it in Iran? Now, Ismail Haniyeh didn't live in Gaza. He lived in exile for many years now in Qatar. And they knew where he was the entire time, but they did not go after him in Qatar. They waited until he went into Iran. Excuse me. Okay, so that right there is a huge provocation against Iran. And for those of you who do not follow this too closely, Netanyahu's been trying to get us to go to war with Iran on Israel's behalf for years now. This is Netanyahu has two big dreams: to kill any prospect of Palestinians getting a state, and to get us to go fight Iran for him. Now, the Iranians, they don't want a war with us, and as much as we have a million warmongers in our government, not even they are stupid enough to want to go to war with Iran. Now, if there was a big war with Iran, the entire world economy would be screwed. We are talking about a massive war that would cut off oil, cut off trade. It would be a freaking disaster. So nobody wants that except Israel. And I'm going to kind of bring you all the different players and how different groups that are involved are responding and what we know so far. So, one, the resistance. Obviously, being assassinated comes with the territory of resisting the occupation. Israel has a long track record of assassinations, and particularly assassinations of people they're supposed to be doing peace deals with. So the structure of Hamas is going to be set up so that nothing that they're doing hinges on one particular person, and there will be a plan in place. They haven't announced who's going to take over for him yet, but it's definitely going to throw a wrench in the ceasefire for a little while. And we could get someone on any end of their spectrum. Hamas, like all political parties, has people that are more moderate and more hardline. And Hania was a moderate. So we could end up with somebody that's a lot more hardline, or we could end up with another moderate. But even somebody who is going to be more disposed to diplomacy, they're going to be pissed that you just blew up their dude. So it's not good. And there's definitely going to be a retaliation, not just from Hezbollah for their assassination, not just from Hamas, but from Iran, because it happened on their soil, violated their sovereignty, and frankly embarrassed the shit out of them. So they are going to want to clap back hard. And then you've got another retaliation that is still waiting in the wings. A few weeks ago, I think it was a few weeks, time is starting to blur, but the other ally of all these resistance groups is the Houthis in Yemen. And Israel recently bombed their main port. And it has been said that a retaliation is coming, and we're still waiting for that one. So now you have the possibility that all of these groups who are already allied with each other could not only all be doing their own thing, but they could all coordinate to attack Israel. And of course, who's gonna defend Israel? Well, they can't do it. Not without help. It's gonna be the Americans. And unfortunately, both Biden and Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin have both already said, yeah, we're gonna defend Israel if they're attacked. Why are we defending these people? Last time there was an attack back in April, you might remember, and I also have a video about this that I put out when it happened, but after Israel bombed the Iranian consulate and killed a bunch of their top commanders there, they showed a lot of restraint. And they did a big drone attack where whole scores of drones came over, but they gave everybody, the Israelis, they gave everybody tons of notice that it was coming. They sent really old, slow drones, told us 2 weeks ahead of time, hey, these drones are going to be coming right about this time on this footpath. And most of them were shot down, but that was the whole idea. Because they didn't want to provoke a wider war. They thought maybe that would deter Israel, but clearly Israel is not deterred. And now they are also embarrassed and pissed. And this time, they're going to hit back harder. So, when that stuff happened in April, I forget exactly how much it cost, but besides the millions and millions and millions of our tax dollars that could be helping Americans being shoveled to Israelis' military all the time, and especially since this war started, during that attack, I think we spent hundreds of millions of dollars an hour defending our little buddy Israel. And this one's going to be bigger, and it's going to be more expensive, and the chances of everything spiraling out of control just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I do still think Iran does not want to start a full-fledged war, but that is a real needle to thread between trying to really strike back hard enough so that they stop attacking you, and also not trying to make it get worse. And so we shall see what happens. Last time, the Iranians made the Israelis sweat for like a good 2 weeks before they finally did their response. And it's already been a few days. It could happen anytime. They could make them wait a few more weeks and really sweat it. So all of that is in play. And then also some more calculus on what Netanyahu is thinking here. Netanyahu needs to keep his country at war for his own hold on power and to keep his ass out of jail. He is very much like a Trumpian figure, except he's been in power for like a million years over there. So people around the world don't like Netanyahu. I mean, I think y'all have gathered that. Israelis don't like Netanyahu either. The thing is that they don't not like Netanyahu because he's doing a genocide. They don't like Netanyahu for other reasons. They don't like him because he's corrupt. They don't like him because they blame him for October 7th. So, but he is very, very unpopular there. And this war has been going on for 10 months. People in Israel have been very, very, very traumatized by October 7th. And from all accounts, the people I'm speaking to in Israel, the Israeli mind is still stuck on that day. They're not seeing any, they might rejoice a little bit in the revenge that they see happening in Gaza, but this gives them a feeling of winning. Like, we got one of those Hamas guys. Never mind that this guy wasn't a fighter. Never mind that this guy wasn't in Gaza. Didn't plan October 7th. He was easier to get. So they got him. But it's a victory they can show to their public. As well as the Hezbollah guy. Oh, Hezbollah has been shooting rockets at us for 10 months now. So, look, we got one of their guys. The only reason Hezbollah opened that front was to take some of the pressure off of Gaza. A lot of the Israeli military has had to be up in the north of Israel, going back and forth with Hezbollah, and look at the damage that's happened to Gaza with even part of the military. So they have said since the beginning, if you want us to stop, do a ceasefire. We'll stop. They don't want to do a ceasefire. They want more war, not less war. So this does kind of give you a win if you're Israeli, because militarily, they're getting their butts kicked in Gaza. The most well-funded, well-armed military in the Middle East is getting their butts kicked by a bunch of Hamas dudes running around in flip-flops. It's really embarrassing for them. And if you can't win, don't want to negotiate an end, well, you can always assassinate people and call that a win, right? So that's part of what Netanyahu's thought process probably is. Along with the fact that he just has such a hard-on for war with Iran. And when he came to Congress recently and did that freaking super embarrassing, horrible speech where he sat there and lied to Congress and the American people for an hour straight while our politicians sat there and clapped like circus seals. Well, I lost count exactly, but in a 60-minute speech, he brought up Iran at least 52 times. He really, really, really wants us to go fight Iran for him. So, we shall see what happens with that. But apparently, there was a call a couple days ago between Biden and Netanyahu. And the details of this conversation leaked into the Israeli press. And apparently, Biden and Bibi were screaming at each other. Biden was pissed. Biden really wants this ceasefire. He wants a win on his way out, you know. And Netanyahu's not interested, but, you know, Biden's still not willing to use any of our leverage. Just be like, we're cutting off the money, we're cutting off the bombs, and this stops tomorrow. This could have stopped on October 8th. Biden's unwilling to do any of that. So the risk of us getting dragged into a war is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's not good, y'all. It's not good. But, you know, apparently in this call, Biden did tell Netanyahu, you need to do this ceasefire within the next week or two. I don't think Netanyahu is going to listen to him. But maybe if he actually puts some pressure on, possibly now, if I want to put the best spin on this, I possibly can. Best case scenario. Maybe now Netanyahu's murked a couple of resistance guys. He can try to sell this to his genocidal population as, see, we're winning. I don't know. I don't really think that's likely, but everything keeps changing so quickly. So I will jump back on as soon as there are more developments in this story. It is just happening so quickly. And like I said, they could make them wait for a few weeks, or by the time this video uploads, something could have already happened. We'll have to wait and see. But I just wanted to kind of fill you in on some of the different things that are happening and why they might be happening and why it's all important. And we should not be giving Israel another red cent. But we will. So, that sucks. Alright, y'all. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please like the video. Please subscribe to my channel. And commenting, engaging on the video. Tell me what you think. If you have any questions. Maybe it's stuff I can talk about in another video. I'm happy to do that. But I really appreciate all of your support. Take care, everybody, and hang in there. Bye.